Welcome back, friends and learners. I hope you are enjoying this course on selection and integration of technology in educational processes. In the last video, we have extensively discussed about the last couple of videos, in fact, about the open education resources. In this video, we will be talking about the intellectual property right, IPR, and Creative Commons license. In couple of videos, I was saying that we will be discussing Creative Commons license in the coming videos. So this video lecture is specifically will be focusing on Creative Commons license. We will also touch upon the IPR. Why this is important? Because as you are aware, open education resources will always have an open license, and the most popular license is the Creative Commons license. So we will see what this license is about, and we will also see what are the different types of Creative Commons license. IPR is also something connected with the licenses or copyrights. So we will also discuss IPR. So let us start with intellectual property. We are very much aware about the different creations, like say for example any graphic or any artwork which I develop, or if I develop any audio program or video program, or if I am developing any simulation or virtual reality, definitely my mind will work and I get these ideas by thinking. So if you develop any such materials, it can be not only digital, it can be digital also. Drawing an art, drawing a picture. So this is not digital. We make use of the colors, papers and other materials required for that. So even then I am applying my mind. So intellectual property is such creations, the creations of the mind, such as inventions, literary and artistic works, designs and symbols, names and images used in commerce. So it can be anything like invention, artistic work, design, symbol, names, even creating a new name is also an intellectual property. So this is the definition of World Intellectual Property Organization, and they are saying intellectual property is the creation of the mind. We can also say intellectual property is an umbrella term which covers all the materials created by the mind, otherwise called intangible property. So friends, very clear, creations of the mind. Now coming to the different types of intellectual property. I had already given a hint that it can be industrial designs for commercial purposes, it can be digital resources, or it can be any literary work like writing a poem, writing a novel, any art form, drama, composing a song, any such literary works also. So if you talk about the types of intellectual property, there are two: industrial property and copyright. Let us see what is industrial property. This includes all the industrial related assets. So it is something which is related to the industry, such as patents for inventions, trademarks, service marks, commercial names and designations, industrial designs, geographical indications. Say for example, if you have seen the trademark or the emblem of Sony TV, they have a special kind of a trademark, or any jewelry, they make use of some trademarks. So that is also the creation of the mind. So all such industrial related assets and materials are industrial properties. So this is one of the categories of intellectual property. Let me repeat, industrial property is one of the types of intellectual property. Intellectual properties are nothing but they are the creations of mind. The next is copyright, which includes all forms of literary creations like poem, play, film, dance, song, painting, picture, photograph, music. It can be anything, maybe digital or non-digital, that way also. So there are such creations like poem, even a play, drama, a complete film. It can be any dance form, it can be anything that way. And if someone is creating such intellectual property, this is where we started with intellectual property. It includes industrial property and copyright. And if anyone is creating such songs, films, drama or something like, they have all the right to protect that. So this will help others to know what kind of reuse is allowed with such material. Say for example, a song. You might have also heard about the copyright issue regarding songs. Somebody might have created that poem or song this cannot be used by other people without taking their permission, because there are many reasons behind that. So what I am saying is, anyone who is creating such literary creations, they have the right to protect such literary works, and copyright refers to the right given to copy an original work abiding the copyright laws. So copyright includes what we say the literary creations and the right given to copy such work, but definitely have to abide, we have to follow the copyright laws. So if I have developed, say for example, let us talk about something in the context of teaching learning where technology is used. So as a teacher, I am developing a video program. Again, it's my right to protect that work, or it's my right how others should use my video program. I can decide that. So I can have laws related to that, which we call the copyright laws, and then copyright. If it is copyright, if there is copyright option, then others can copy, others can make use of that, but definitely the copyright laws has to be taken into consideration. If I am allowing to copy that, then of course people can copy. If I am not allowing, then people are not allowed to copy that. If I have given the right to edit my videos and insert some other graphics or some part by any other individual, if I am giving such a right, then others can do that. Otherwise, no one is permitted to work on my video program. Friends, so many of the digital teaching learning resources, as I was saying in other videos also, many are available on the internet, but we cannot take all the materials which are available because we have to see the copyrights laws. If we have the right to copy that, then we can, otherwise this will create issues. Now the materials having copyright, that will be ending. The copyright ends after a specified period of time, but can be renewed, otherwise the work goes to the public domain. So there will be copyright for a particular period, but that can be renewed. If it is not renewed, this will of course go to the public domain. Then there won't be any copyright issues. Say for example, I have developed a video program. I will say for the next 10 years, people can use this material. So after 10 years, it is sure that people can make use of it without taking any permission. But if I am not renewing that after 10 years, then of course people can use without taking my permission. Otherwise, if I am not renewing, this will go to the public domain. So friends, this is about copyright. Let me repeat: intellectual property, two types, the industrial property and the next, the copyright. And then we have the intellectual property rights. So in general, we can say the industrial property and copyright both are intellectual property, and to protect such properties or work, we have intellectual property right. So these are nothing but their collection of rights that includes copyright and intellectual property, and this is the legal right provided to the creators of the patents, trademarks or copyrighted works to protect their creation abiding the law. So such works will be protected by some copyright laws, and looking at the copyright laws, only other people can make use of such work. Otherwise, definitely this will create issues. So in the context of teaching learning process, if I am copying any audio program which is available in the internet without looking the copyright, this will create issue. So as a teacher, we have no freedom that way to select all the materials. We have to definitely look at the copyright part of the digital teaching learning resources available on the internet. So friends, now let us see open licenses. So we have seen digital resources in the context of teaching learning processes, like they are protected by copyright. We cannot make use of such resources easily without looking at the copyright laws. But there are digital resources which have open license, and this is what we were discussing in the previous videos, that in open education resources we will see the open licenses. So such resources which have an open license, by that I mean this can be taken without permission also, but we have to definitely give credit to the creator. And what is open license? We will also talk about that. The creator of the copyright or holder of the OER grants Others permission to use, adapt, modify, share, remix and distribute its educational resources. The creator or the copyright holder of the OER. Say for example, I am a teacher, I have developed a video program and I have given the permission to use, adapt, modify, share, remix and distribute my video program. This is done through attaching the open license. So if I attach that open license, anyone who is using this video program, they can use that, adapt that, modify that, share that, remix that, they can even distribute and they can make, sometimes they can use it for commercial purposes also. So what is the most popular license used? That is nothing but the Creative Commons license. So in open licenses, so in all OERs, Open Educational Resources, you will see this CC, which is nothing but Creative Commons. We are going to see that how it will look like. Why this is popular? Because they are internationally recognized, standardized and well established. This organization is very popular, that way the Creative Commons, they are internationally recognized. So if I am developing any OER, I can definitely go with the Creative Commons license. I can use that license and can be attached in my digital teaching learning resource. Now friends, we will see the different symbols in Creative Commons license. See, if you are seeing any Creative Commons license, the open license, you will see these symbols which you are seeing in the slide. On the left side, there is a circle, then a human image of an individual is seen. This is nothing but this is attribution. This symbol is the attribution. BY. You can see in open license written BY. BY in capital letters. So if you see that, you can understand that this is attribution, which represents that if you use others' work, content, material, you need to give credit to or acknowledge the owner. So if you are seeing any open education resources with this symbol, the BY symbol, then you have to definitely give credit to that creator. Say for example, I have developed a video program and I have attached this symbol in my video program. And if somebody else is using that video program, they have to mention that this is created by so and so person. Otherwise, he will be in trouble. So this is one symbol. The second symbol, you can see a circle, then an arrow mark. This symbol is nothing but share alike. What does it represent? It says that you let others distribute, display, perform and modify your work as long as they distribute the work and any modified work on the same types. So if you see this symbol, again let us make it more simpler by giving this example. I have developed a video program. I am attaching this symbol, this share alike. Then if somebody is using that video program and making some changes in the video program, and when they publish it, they have to give the same license. They cannot use any other license, even though they have modified the work, but they have used my material which was having this symbol. So the material they develop also have to carry the same license, this symbol. The next is no derivatives, ND, which represents you let others copy, distribute, display and perform only original copies of your work. Let me give the example. My video program, I have developed a video program, somebody else is using that. They don't have the permission to make any changes in that video program. No derivatives, but they can use, reuse, they can adapt it for their classroom purposes, but they are not allowed to make any changes in that. So that is no derivatives, a circle and two lines. The next is non-commercial, NC, which represents you let others distribute, display, perform and modify and use your work for any purpose other than commercial. So of course any material which is having this license, non-commercial, they can of course use this material, but they cannot make money out of it, or we can say commercial uses are not allowed. So friends, I hope you have understood this. The Creative Commons license, in Creative Commons license you will see these symbols, and these symbols represents what we have discussed right now. Now we are going to see the Creative Commons license and how this will be looking like in the license. So this is the first license which we see in Creative Commons license, the simplest license. I was saying you will see the CC, the words CC, the letters CC, a circle and two C's. So in every Creative Commons license you will see CC, this circle and CC, which means that this is Creative Commons license. The next is BY. So this is CC BY, we call it as CC BY or attribution. And what does this represent? This license let others distribute, remix, tweak and build upon your work even commercially. So friends, if you see any digital learning resources with this license, of course people can use this material, they can distribute it, remix it, whatever possible can be done. Even they can use this material for commercial purposes. So this is the license which gives maximum freedom to the audience or whoever is using this material. The next is attribution share alike, CC by SA. This is how you will see the license, attribution share alike. The first is CC, then BY, SA. This license lets others remix, tweak and build upon your work even for commercial purposes as long as they give credit to you and license their new creations under the identical terms. So if you see any of these license, if you see this license in any digital teaching learning resources, whatever was possible in the previous license, CC BY, all those are possible here. Commercial purposes also we can use, but when they share this, they have to use the same license. So this is attribution share alike. The third is attribution no derivatives, CC by ND. Again, this license allows for redistribution, commercial and non-commercial, as long as it is passed along unchanged and in whole. So again, all those are possible, but you cannot make any changes. This can be used for commercial purposes also, non-commercial also we can use. Non-commercial purposes also it can be used. Only thing is that we cannot modify the work. Then that's why it is no derivatives. Attribution no derivatives, CC by ND. The next is CC by NC. We cannot use it for commercial purposes. This is banned. This license let others remix, tweak and build upon your work non-commercial, and although their new work must also acknowledge you and be non-commercial. So friends, this giving credit is all there in the all open licenses. When you see an digital teaching learning resources with open licenses, definitely they have to give credit. The next is CC by NC share alike. This license let others remix, tweak, build upon your work non-commercially as long as they give credit to you and attach the license to their new creations under the identical terms. They can edit that, they can remix it, everything is possible, but they cannot use it for non-commercial purpose. And if they are sharing, the same license has to be used with the shared materials. If they are making any changes in the material and if they are sharing to the public, then of course this same license has to be attached to that. This is the last one, attribution non-commercial, no derivatives, which is the complex, I would say, which is restricting in a big way the use. But of course this license allow others to download your work and share them with others as long as they give credit to you, but they cannot change them in any way or use them commercially. So this cannot be, you can use all those possibilities like editing, you can use all those possibilities like this can be shared with others, but you cannot use it for commercial purposes and you cannot make any changes in that. So friends, this is the most restrictive kind of license. The first one, CC BY, is the most open license. This is, curtailing many freedom that way. You can use it definitely, but non-commercial purposes and without making any changes on the material, digital teaching learning resource. So this is a graphic which shows the freedom. So the one which you are seeing on the left side, which is least restrictive, say for example, if you are seeing something like public domain, you can see on the left side public domain. So this can be used, anyone can use even without taking the permission. And then comes CC BY, then all those licenses that we have discussed, and at the right end you are seeing CC BY NC ND, which is the most restrictive license. So you cannot make much changes on such materials, you cannot use it for non-commercial, or you cannot use it for commercial purposes also. And you will also see something like a circle and a scene in the inside it, which is nothing but they are all rights reserved. So if you see any symbol like that, all rights are reserved. So you cannot use such materials. You cannot use such materials without taking their permissions. So the one which you are seeing on the left side, public domain, this is the least restrictive one. You can take it even without permission. On the right side, as you move to the right side, the restriction keeps on increasing. And the one which you see like all rights reserved, this is the most restrictive kind of licenses. So friends, this is about the Creative Commons licenses. I hope you have understood the various licenses which are under the Creative Commons. So with this, I am winding up today's video lecture. Today we have discussed about the IPR, intellectual property right. Then we have extensively talked about the various licenses, the Creative Commons open licenses. I hope you have understood the concepts that we have discussed today. Thank you for listening this lecture.